All right, and we are live. How are we all doing today, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another live stream here. Welcome. Let me know. You can't see anything right now, but let me know if you can hear me okay. I think that we should be good for this one. Just give me, as usual, an audio and a video check, and we are going to be getting into this. We got one of our viewers saying, "You sound great, thank you." I am trying to get the sound quality up. I think it should be a little bit better this time. It's not going to be amazing, but it'll be a little bit better. Welcome to the live stream, ladies and gents. As you are coming in, smash up the likes and let me know how we're feeling. We've got a little bit of a pumpy Bitcoin right now. Just, in fact, on the minute time frame here, we have pretty much closed in on that $67,000 price area. I'm sorry, shot up above it. This is the key zone of resistance that we were looking at on this YouTube channel. And my God, we got there a lot faster than I think we all thought. So that is really, really cool. So as we're coming in here, ladies and gents, I want you guys to do me a big favor and smash those likes up. And double check that you're subscribed as well. And then just as you're kind of setting yourself up here in this live stream with me, let me know in the live chat, how do you feel about Bitcoin right now? Do you feel bullish? Do you feel bearish? Especially kind of in the near term. You know, if we kind of look at this on the hourly time frame, what do you think happens from here? Are you thinking we get a rejection and we kind of trade down a little bit? Or are you thinking that we're going to move back up to that crucial 72k resistance level? That's what I want to know from you guys, how you're feeling. So let me know in the live chat as we are going on here. And as I said, smash those likes up as you are coming in so that we can get this live stream pushed out to all the viewers that want to see it. We've been struggling a lot with the live streams on this channel lately. It's why I kind of stopped. But the more you guys smash them up, the more we get to push this thing out, the better. So I do appreciate it from you guys. We got Oran saying that we should get ready for an alt season kaboom. Not Jake is bearish. Donas Askin is saying, where's the pullback? Alex says he expects a correction. Glenn is bullish. What do I think? I think we pull back from here. However, we're not showing signs of that right now, so I'm not going to hold my breath for it. And to be honest, it doesn't matter to me. Doesn't matter to me at all. So I'm happy. I'm still getting paid. I'm in my long trade. 2 of my long trades. Both of them are paying me quite well right now. So I'm not really asking questions like that. TRX has just hit a really, really good high here. Something that it's not really been to for some time. So, you know, the TRX hasn't actually traded this high since February of last year. So, I'm sorry, February of this year. But, you know, that kind of makes me feel quite happy to just watch this for the moment. I'm not forced to trade. I think there's a lot that I could do here. But, you know, it is a pivotal point in the market. So, you know, I'm going to have to just, as a rule, kind of agree with the people that are saying they think correction from here or pullback or something. Although Nitro192 is saying there's not going to be any more pullbacks ever. So there you go. Comment sections always know best. One of our viewers is saying he's 50-50. I can't decide. Well, yeah, I don't blame you, man. I mean, that's what reversal points are for. Got a lot of people saying they're bullish. Alt's going to the moon. Josh, am I okay? You sound a little bit stuffed up and not as hyped as I usually am. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Apparently I have allergies. I don't believe it. I don't do allergies. Not my thing. But today has been very, very difficult for me. My sinuses are messed up. I don't know what it is, mate. I don't know. But I'm stable enough to do a live stream right now. So that's important. AMG for life. Guys, don't forget the likes. Thank you very much. Let's smash them up, ladies and gents. Push this thing over 100 likes. I believe we will take the liquidity at 74,000 and drop down. I believe we will see the same thing we saw last cycle, where we liquidate the final shorts and squeeze downwards. I can understand what you're saying, but we already did that up here and down here, and we've been sideways for a really long time. I mean, you know, we've now been in this range for about 142 days. You know, that's a very, very long time that we've kind of been dealing with this range. And I just cannot expect that if we get above that 74k level, that we come back down. I just don't know how that could happen. So, you know, and we'll talk about that in this video, in this live stream here, because this is clearly one of the streams which, you know, everyone's kind of wondering, where is this thing going? How much higher are we going? That kind of thing. You know, I am going to be going all the way with you guys, covering it all in this live stream. So I'm definitely super pumped up for that. Josh, hope you feel better, and thanks for the live stream. Thank you for asking, Josh. I really appreciate that, mate. Thank you very much. Close over 67 would give the alts some incentive. Well, if we take a look at alts, we're at 55.5%. My goodness. Bitcoin's dominance is moving back up quickly. It peaked here at 57, so we've still got another 1.5% to gain, which is not going to be super easy. But it's been moving pretty good so far. I think, yeah, alts probably, as a result, have been getting smashed a little bit. Here's Ethereum against Bitcoin, seeing a nice kind of red candle here. Other altcoins are doing pretty well. Pepe's coming back to life a little bit. Solana's up to 170 out of nowhere, so that's very, very good. There is a lot to cover in this one. And obviously, we are going to be focusing on how high Bitcoin can go, or if it's going to be pulling back, because I think this is the most pressing question we have here. So before we finally kick this off, if you are pumped up for it, do me a favor and smash those likes up, double check that you're subscribed, and I want to give a huge shout out to the channel sponsors, because, hey, check this video out, guys. I was talking to you guys about this before. A really, really good video. If we type in my YouTube channel, you know, I do want to give a big shout out to the sponsors here. We've got Bybit and Blowfin giving you huge bonuses in with your trading here. I don't actually know if I should know this, but I don't know if Blowfin actually sponsors the channel. I don't think they do. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I like them, so go check them out. All right, guys, I'm gonna kick this off. Thank you all for tuning in, and let's run it. So Bitcoin has pumped through that $67,000 price area now. It begs the question, are we going to be going much higher? I think that's what everybody is looking to see. But we do have to keep in mind that this entire zone is one of Bitcoin's strongest zones of resistance in this kind of price range, right? So we had two strong zones on this price range. Those of you that were subscribed are going to be very aware of this. The first Q1 is down here at 60,000. The next one is up here at 67. We very quickly got through 64, so that was absolutely great. But this is where a lot of reversals have taken place. We're on the daily time frame right now, but if we go ahead and switch this over to the 4-hour, you're going to very clearly see here that kind of right from the beginning, when we were kind of interacting with this particular price range, we were seeing pretty clear resistance and support, you know, working quite well across time. So to me, this is pretty obvious. I'm going to be expecting some resistance up here, just kind of as the rule would go. However, it's not something that I'm concerned about or kind of weary of in any way whatsoever. I'm completely okay with it. And I'm just going to expect that Bitcoin kind of makes light work of it. You know, worst case scenario, we come back down to support over here. Maybe we come back down to support at 60, and we'll throw a fib on this in a second to see what that would look like. But then I would expect that Bitcoin continues to skyrocket through this and gets back up toward $72,000. That's what I think is happening here. I don't know how long the pullback could be. We will talk about that in just a minute. But those of you that are interested in going short, I think there's going to be a lot of people. You know, you're probably going to be looking at this as more of a range than just a price level. And what I want to do to demonstrate that is take the fixed range volume profile. And by the way, we can still see that the point of control on this fixed range volume profile, if I remove my line, the point of control remains at exactly the same place that my line has been drawn for a very, very long time. So that really tells me everything I need to know about how this market has been behaving and which levels are important to this market. It is abundantly clear that the point of control has stayed here this whole time and clearly validates everything that I'm saying. So I am super, super happy with that. So if we move over to kind of demonstrate what the key zone would look like, for me, it's kind of up here, you know, that I'm really, really kind of looking at. And I'm going to demonstrate this with a rectangle by kind of drawing this out right here. And the reason I'm doing that is because this level to me is more than just a red line. It's more so just a range where I'd be expecting a lot of resistance. We can see that very clearly again with the big spike. Okay, these big spikes are what represent lots of trading action happening there. And of course, as a result, lots of liquidity waiting to be found and discovered over there. So That's why this range kind of looks like it stretches up to 67.7 according to my analysis here. Above kind of 68,000, really anything above 68,000, and I'm going to extend my box up to there. Anything above 68,000, I'm not, I'm not expecting that to be part of the same range again, and I would just say that if Bitcoin kind of gets above 68, we're going up to 72, probably in the same day. That is how it's happened literally pretty much every single time before. When you got above $68,000, it is a quick, consistent, easy ride up to 72, and I have no reason to expect that to be any different on this occasion here. So I won't, and I do think that it's going to be a quick ride back up to 72k, so we'll be taking a look at that as well in this live stream. As you are enjoying this one so far, ladies and gents, do me a favor and smash those likes up. We had a lot of you telling me that we're feeling bullish and bearish. I think many more people feeling bullish overall. Let me know how you are feeling in the live chat as we carry on here. We've got quite a lot of comments. I'm going to be going through your questions in a little bit as well. So if you do have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the live chat. But let's smash this thing above 100 likes for now, just as we continue to kick this thing off. Now, one of the things I want to do is kind of look at a Fibonacci retracement, and it's a little bit premature to do that because we don't actually know if we've set the top here. That doesn't, we're too close to it to say that it was the top. But if it was the top, then it puts our 618 Fibonacci in a really interesting place at the $58,000 price area here. I already had a box drawn down here. It's very, very nice to see that this lines up quite well. Our 382 is kind of in the middle of nowhere at 62. It's definitely, a nice level, but it's nothing crazy, and it's nothing that I'd kind of, put a lot of weight on. I am going to stretch the Fibonacci up to these highs over here, just so that we can kind of, continue to get an idea of what this range looks like in totality. And we do have 64, 65k offering its 382 Fibonacci support here. And much more importantly, that 618 Fibonacci at 60,000 flat is looking gorgeous. It is looking so good. This would be a very, very nice pullback for Bitcoin to come back into this particular range and then continue on higher. So I really think that would make a lot of sense. That's something I'm going to keep an eye out for. I'm going to keep monitoring that because I think that if Bitcoin does come back down here, we are going to have a situation where crucial metrics that I personally like to follow, like the Fear and Greed Index, are going to have a really good... what the fuck are these? Okay, never mind. I thought this was something else. I was like, what are these ads I'm getting? I think that 60 is too high. I think that 60 is too high. The other day we were at 69. I mean, the speed with which we went from, literally extreme fear to damn near extreme greed, that is ridiculous. And, if anything is a sign that this market is going to get punished, that is it. All right. It is very, very clear. So I do want you guys to be very, very aware of that kind of risk so that you don't get caught off guard by it, and that, even better, you might be able to trade it or at least not lose money from it. So AMG for Life is saying, imagine how many and how long people are waiting to for this range to sell. Yeah, I think obviously a lot of people would have been wanting this range to sell Bitcoin. The last time that Bitcoin traded here was 1 month ago. That's, at the same time, it was a long and short month. So I think a lot of people are going to be interested in kind of selling this particular range here. And that's obviously why you get resistance at resistance levels, right? So it's nothing surprising at all. Like I said, I mean, if this rejection does happen, I mean, this is such a brilliant, brilliant support level. Now that we've kind of had our deviation below the level, what I will say is that I do expect that, we would be able to bounce off it again. That's literally what happened last time. We got our deviation, then we fell back down, and that second time we were able to sustain ourselves higher. So it would definitely make sense that we're able to do this. If at that point we actually lost the 618 level, if we actually lost the $60,000 area and we fell below this line right here, then this is kind of my line of like, no return. This is the same trade that I actually outlined before, that I mentioned I could take on this YouTube channel. And this is a very easy example of the same trade right now. In fact, I don't even need to kind of remind you of it. I can just show it to you again because the exact same thing would be valid. And I'd probably be looking at something a little bit like this, right? I mean, this would be quite an easy trade. You're looking at a 3 times risk to reward ratio, 11% up, 4% down. Very, very easy to digest these numbers. And obviously, I would probably move that stop loss right up to break even very, very quickly, just to ensure that I don't suffer any additional risk when the trade starts moving in my direction, okay? I don't mind being taken out of a trade, but I really, really like the idea of having that trade running for me risk-free. And like I said, huge shout out to the sponsors of today's live stream. We've got Bybit up here giving you up to $30,000 in free trading capital when you begin trading using my link below. And Blowfin doing the same thing, not as high with their bonuses, but they don't require KYC. So no pictures of yourself and no pictures of your ID. Very, very cool. Plenty of bonuses. Well worth checking them out. One of the most usable, safest, I would say, from what I've seen. I could be wrong. No KYC platforms out there, right? A lot of them are just places that you wouldn't want to trade on. Blowfin, I think, have done very, very well, so definitely check them out if you're interested. Just back on the minute time frame here, we have seen a little bit of a dump since this live stream kicked off. We were kind of up here at like 67.3. We are now back down to 67K flat, so we're going to be watching this live as we continue on with this stream. Again, another key level for Bitcoin to fall down to would be that $64,000 price area, so that's something I'll keep watching. I want to see what some of our indicators are giving us. I mean, this hourly Ichimoku cloud has been pretty good for Bitcoin since it formed. I mean, you know, it formed all the way down here on the 10th of July, and ever since then, we've managed to see 1, 2, 3 really nice bounces off this particular cloud here. So will it continue to support Bitcoin? I don't think so. You know, you don't get a long shelf life out of the 1 hour Ichimoku cloud, but you know, typically anyway. But I think that, you know, it's helped so far. I think it's worth looking at least. The other thing about it, like I said, you don't get a long shelf life. It's also like it really depends on where your strong levels of resistance are. If you've got a strong level of resistance here, you're typically going to expect a strong correction, which is why I really like 60,000. It's, you know, going to do a lot to reset that fear and greed index, but it's also just a really nice, easily digestible kind of 10% drop. So it would work quite well for the market in that way as well. There's a lot of reasons kind of going for it. You know, and again, when you're just kind of coming up against heavy resistance, because you might expect a heavy rejection, you know, an hourly Ichimoku cloud is not strong enough to sustain that. If we take a look at this on the 4 hour, kind of the same picture here, but obviously just a little bit lower as usual. I think that if Bitcoin is able to kind of come down into this cloud, like I said, we are in dream territory. It would be so, so good for the market. I would absolutely love to see that. So that's something I'm going to keep an eye out for. Ladies and gents, we are so close to that 100 like mark. If we can just smash this over the edge, that'd be sick. I really do appreciate all you guys smashing them up here. We've just dipped below $67,000 here. Probably obviously going to be able to recover back pretty quickly. But yeah, 2 key levels that I'd be expecting support with some Ichimoku support to back both of them. Obviously on the 4 hour time frame, we're not going to be able to use this support until kind of at least like the 20th, 22nd of July, which is granted literally only a few days away, and it depends on kind of how quick this dump happens. I'd say the quicker the better. You know, if we can get this done in 2 days and then continue on up, you know, on Monday, that'd be great. You know, that'd be really, really nice. So I'll be kind of watching this to see how that can go. 1 like away, 1 away from hitting 100 likes. Super, super cool. Obviously, I have to show you guys the EMA ribbon as well, which has also worked out very, very well for Bitcoin on the 4 hour time frame. We're nowhere near it on the 1 hour. I'm sorry, on the 4 hour. On the 1 hour, we're still not even near it. And on the daily, it's still bearish. So there's lots of work to do here. Basically just showing us that kind of on these larger time frames, it's not super clear if we have had a trend reversal yet. You know, I've given you guys a couple different ways that I would consider judging if this is a real trend reversal. I'm not going to go over them again because, you know, I don't want to keep on repeating stuff for those of you that are subscribed and tuning into all this content. But we have done, you know, kind of one of them, which is moving, you know, fairly substantially off this particular price level. I mean, up to our high, we're up by 11% now. And to me, that's just too big to call it a fake out. You know, to me, that's got to be real price action. You know, and then again, the other thing that kind of really validates it, which we haven't done yet, is coming back down and flipping support levels, you know, and we've done it like a little bit over here, especially if you zoom in, it's a little bit more obvious that we kind of, you know, came up here and came back to it. You know, we didn't get far above it, we didn't drop down, you know, it was more of like a symmetrical triangle, if anything. So I don't know, I don't think that, you know, there's a strong argument there. So I think, you know, pull back down to one of our really nice zones of support would be so welcome for this market at this stage, and it would probably be the main thing that kind of paves the way for this market to continue to go higher. And speaking of going higher, it's so interesting to see as soon as you guys hit the likes up, YouTube continues pushing the stream out. It's like they stop every time. the likes stop going up, which is so weird. I never used to have this issue, but you know, hopefully we can get rid of them because I really, really enjoy these live streams. Great info and analysis, Sammy. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much, Glenn. I appreciate that. They locked me out of the trade as soon as I placed one. Who locked you out of the trade? Who is that? If you ever have if you ever have a problem with an exchange that I have referred you to, let me know. And that's something I mean, I don't talk about it often because it never really happens, but you know, on the odd occasion that it does happen, if I have referred you to an exchange and you have a problem with that exchange, you can reach out to me and, you know, I can get that solved for you, you know, pretty much every time. I can get it resolved within like 24 hours. So definitely let me know if you guys do ever need kind of, you know, anything with a with an exchange, you want priority support, stuff like that. Thanks for all the info. You've lost a lot of weight. I actually haven't, man. It's just a good camera angle. If anything, I've probably gained a little bit. Let's carry on with the stream here. We were talking about where this thing could drop down to. Obviously, the flip side of this is that we just smashed through resistance at about 68. I think anything above 68, and we are flying again. And it's like I said a little bit earlier on in this live stream. I mean, every time that Bitcoin got above $68,000, it was within a matter of a few hours every time that Bitcoin was able to get up to 72K. So that's what I'm going to be expecting here. We're so close to it. It would basically be a pump that looks just like this. If anything, I mean, let me try and draw for you kind of what I'd be open to and what I'd probably, dare I say, even expect. You know, probably something that looks a little bit like this, obviously just much larger, right? That would make so much sense here for this market. Doesn't mean it's going to do it. Absolutely not. I don't know. I don't hold the answers, but you know, I would have to expect that it's going to be pretty quick. It's going to look something a little bit like that. So we'll keep an eye out for that. We'll continue watching out for that. And if Bitcoin does get back up to 72K, I also don't think that this is particularly strong resistance at all. So I'm not worried about Bitcoin having a chance to break it. You know, again, worst case scenario, I'd probably expect something a little bit like this, where we just kind of come back down for a minute and then try it again after a couple of days. No big deal. Easy stuff. I'd be expecting Bitcoin to get above that 72K level like that, and then it's flying, right? I mean, then there's nothing really left to worry about. You just watch it go and watch yourself make money. We'd probably continue to see the Bitcoin dominance rip higher. We'd probably continue to see alts gain against the dollar, but not gain against Bitcoin. You know, so you might see that where Bitcoin gets a 5% day like today, most of the alts are below 5%, other than really weird coins like Pepe, you know, which are doing a little bit better, right? And then obviously what that means is that you're taking more risk by being in these shit coins, but you're not getting paid for that risk, which, you know, I mean, different people will say different things, but to me, that's just stupid. Yeah, if you're taking risk and you ain't getting paid, then it has to be stupid. I don't know what else I could call it. So, you know, you say it like it is. You know, trading makes you very honest with yourself, or it makes you a fucking loser who loses money. So, one of the two. You know, and if you like my approach, then hey, maybe you'll make some money. You know, speaking of it, I was talking to you guys a little bit earlier on about my TRX position. Obviously, this is one of the altcoins that has done very well, and this is especially interesting because, like I said, this is the highest level that TRX has been to in quite some time, basically since February, which I thought was amazing. I have actually obviously made a phenomenal trade on TRX quite a while back now, actually, and I'm still in it. Take a look at this, ladies and gents. Let me pull this up in just a second here, just to show what was going on with that particular trade. My phone is overheating a lot because it's an iPhone, and iPhones have really weird problems. But if you take a look at this right here, let me get this in full screen. We are working with some really nice numbers here today, ladies and gents, with my TRX position now up to 735% profit, which is absolutely great. And if we scroll down a little bit, my Bitcoin trade up there at 2,100% profit. So again, super happy with the performance of those two trades. Obviously going super well. Really just kind of continuing to go on as planned. But You know, that was all done on Bybit, so I'm super happy with that. Again, if you guys do want to take advantage of Bybit, they're linked below with some phenomenal bonuses. It is indeed the best exchange in the game. There's no doubt about that. But, you know, I'll continue to look at those alts when a good opportunity comes in. My game style, as you can see, is to make money and kind of stay quiet about it, and just sit on the position for a while, and then and then kind of come back to it when I'm happy with the profits and close it. You know, I'm not going to complicate it. I'm not going to join a fucking Telegram channel or a Discord community because a coin is making me money. I ain't going to get married to it. I'm not going to get attached to it. I'm just here to make money, all right? If it's not making me money, I'm out. And if it is making me money, I'm staying right here. Shahab, dude, just message me the details about your issue, and I'll get that sorted for you, so that you won't have to deal with that. How am I not getting paid off Pepe? Well, I'm not trading Pepe. You know, I don't think Pepe is particularly easy to trade. I mean, you could just buy it and close your eyes, but I don't do that either with shit coins. It's just, you know, depends on, you know, your kind of play style, but if you got money that's kind of worth protecting, you're not going to mess around with things like Pepe unless you don't have any respect for it. But I do, so, you know, I don't do stuff like Pepe, but you know, I mean, it still looks cool. I mean, it's clearly been working. It's bounced off its support over here. It's now got resistance up ahead at about 136, whatever that number is. So that's definitely cool. Trump is talking about Bitcoin as a reserve currency for America. I highly doubt that that's ever going to happen. Let's see, Trump, BTC, reserve, if there's anything new that I haven't seen so far. Yeah, so we got Trump potentially declaring Bitcoin. Fuck's sakes, I hate this stuff. You're not getting my fucking cookies, mate. Gonna have to go somewhere else for my cookies. Trump potentially declaring Bitcoin a strategic reserve asset seen as a watershed moment. Former US president and current Republican presidential... He's not a candidate anymore, is he? I think he's actually the main nominee now. Let me know, or maybe the voting hasn't actually happened yet. What's up, Delilah? Thank you very, very much. Saying, great stream. Thank you very, very much. Sean, Sammy smashing it. Hello, by the way. What's up, man? Shout out to Sean, the guy who always got me walking when I had my walking treadmill. I don't have it right now, unfortunately, but we will get back to it. If you are enjoying this live stream so far, ladies and gents, smash them up. Smash up the likes. Double check that you're subscribed to all that good stuff. He could announce Bitcoin as a strategic reserve asset during a crypto conference in Nashville. I was actually invited to this conference just now, right before my live stream. If you're watching this, you know who you are. Thank you for the invite. Unfortunately, I can't make it. But apparently Trump is going there, and it's going to be a really, really big deal. To be honest, I probably wouldn't go even if I could, because I think that Bitcoin conferences are insufferable. Most people are absolute fucking losers, and just really, really draining to be around. And the worst part about it is they think they're cool because they made a bit of money. That makes it so much worse. But hey, I appreciate the invite. Thank you. But yeah, what's he saying? Added Bitcoin as a strategic reserve to the U.S. Treasury is a no-brainer. And once the USA does it, the paradigm will shift and the world will understand they must also have a Bitcoin position. This came from Dennis Porter, co-founder and CEO of Satoshi Action Fund. Probably a big deal. I don't know what company that is. There's really no news of Trump actually doing any of this. And I'm not going to hold my breath for it. Obviously, I think Trump has the best chance of becoming president now. But we've already seen him as president. And... you know, he really, I've been maintaining this position for a while. He really didn't do anything particularly unique. In fact, one point that I was making to a US friend of mine recently is if you just lived your fucking life for the last 12 years, for the last 16 years, you wouldn't be able to tell which president you have every 4 years. You just wouldn't know. You wouldn't know if it's Trump, Biden, Obama. You wouldn't know if it was Clinton. You wouldn't know if it was red or fucking blue. You just wouldn't know if you went about your daily life. And the reason I'm saying this is to drive home the point that when people act like a president is going to change the game and give everyone new financial opportunities that they've never had before, and fix the fucking stock market and send your Bitcoin pumping, you're lying to yourself. It ain't gonna happen. It's never happened before. It's not gonna happen now. And I don't know why you would look at the same guy who you've already given a chance, who's already had an entire 4 years in office. Why you would give him a second chance thinking that he'd be substantially better the second time, I just don't believe it, okay? I just don't believe it. That's not how the world works. And if you... Look, maybe it's just me because, if you have the ability to keep stupidity in your life, it's fine. But I don't. I'm a trader, okay? If I make mistakes, I get rocked in the face and I lose 20 grand, 200 grand, whatever it's going to be. I can't sit here and have a habit of lying to myself about reality. And that's why I know that whoever you get as president won't change this. I don't think so. And yes, of course, I don't live in America, but America's got the most visible, transparent, so to speak, politics in the world. It's very easy to see what's going on. Yeah. Lee's saying correct, Sammy. You can totally tell when Democrat is president, crime always goes up because they reduce fines and jail time. I mean, you're not going to notice it, like, on that level, though, are you? I mean, I'm sure, you might be able to get a general, very, very light feel, maybe, at a stretch, like, and that'd be the most you could do. But broadly, you wouldn't be able to know. And, it's proven. I mean, half the country's always debating fucking abortion as if everyone's getting an abortion every week. Most of the screen time for presidential debate shit isn't even stuff that's relevant to you guys in your daily life. It's just not. It's just not. It never is. In the UK, everyone's talking about Palestine and Israel, and bless them, I'm obviously on Palestine's side. I can't not be, but talking about Palestine ain't gonna help the country, is it? It's not. It's not gonna help the country, and they're not gonna help Palestine anyway. So, why am I talking about this? Let's close this up. You're not here for that, and I'm not here for this. So let's carry on with the market analysis. Nice big gap here, 68k up to 72. That'd kind of be one of the key things that I personally am looking at. If Bitcoin is able to get above this resistance zone. And yeah, as I was saying, if we do get to 72, I think we'd make very quick work of it. I think we'd get above it pretty quickly. And if we are able to get above it, then we're brand new all-time highs. And again, I already touched on this earlier on in the stream, but we need to really focus on the facts here. Bitcoin has been in this range now for 142 days, okay? We've had small deviations. I mean, this deviation lasted about 10 days. This deviation lasted 3. But in total, 130 days if you want to cut them out, 142 if you keep them in. I think it's very, very, very fair to keep them in. That is a long time to be trading sideways. It's definitely plenty to correct. I was warning you guys very, very sternly as Bitcoin was moving up with this gargantuan rally that we're going to have to pay for this rally. Last time we paid for it with time. This time we did both, okay? This time from high to low, we're down by 27%. Over here, from high to low, we were down by about 20. Here, this was a 220-day range. So far, again, we are up to 142. So very, very clearly in exactly the same kind of situation where a heavy upward impulse move has corrected. And if we are able to get above that 72k level, it's the most obvious breakout I've ever seen in my life. I literally cannot see anything more obvious, have never seen anything more obvious, may never see anything more obvious than, an 80, 85, 90, 100k Bitcoin after the $72,000 level is breached, okay? It's pretty much written in the stars at this point. That's how I feel about it. If you are enjoying the stream so far, ladies and gents, do me another favor and smash those likes up so we can keep pushing these out. Juan Carlos is saying too much politics. Let's get it back to the crypto. Yes, you're right. My apologies. Thanks, Sammy. Hope you feel better. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I hope I feel better too. Jonathan Blanco, you're a smart and cool guy. That was just a bad take. All right, man. Yeah, maybe I was wrong. One of you guys did say I don't live in America, so hey, yeah, maybe it was me that's wrong. But I've been to America a little bit, so anyway, it doesn't matter. Of course, US citizens will know their country much better than me. Um, what have we got here? RJD2 is saying, great stream. Can you please discuss how the point of control of this range and the 786 retracement might cause this to stall? So we've already covered the point of control. Any of you who are tuning in late, please rewind the live stream. The point of control is right here at this red line, like exactly precisely at this red line. That is indeed, yes, the same red line that you've seen on this chart for weeks. So that is super cool. Lots of, obviously, consistency that you'll find with our analysis on this YouTube channel, those of you that are subscribed. Obviously, I think this is a very obvious zone of resistance. It stretches all the way up to 68k. Anything below 68k, and I'm bearish, and I'm thinking 60 or 64, and then moving up from either of those two levels. I still think we're bullish. I still think we're in a bullish stance. I don't think that this is a bull trap anymore. Yeah, I'd just be watching to see us kind of break that 68k level. And like I said, if we do, I don't think 72 is going to hold, and I think we're going to be blasting through super, super high. I think it's going to be one of the most ridiculous rallies we've seen. You know, well, it's hard to say it because this market has had ridiculous rallies. We just can't remember them because it was like 5 months ago now. But you know, we have had them, and we're gonna have them again. That's what I think, and it's all dependent on getting above this. We're so close to it now. We can taste it. We can smell it. We're so close to it now. There's not gonna. The thing is that in this price range, nobody's actually trying to sell Bitcoin, right? So, you know, the only way to push the market up. I want to demonstrate something to you guys here. We're gonna take Blowfin as the example because obviously they're one of the channel sponsors, supposedly. Even I don't know, but they're good, so check them out with the link in the description below. You know, I wanna show you guys Blowfin, and you know, it's gonna be the same on pretty much every market, but you know, this one's just easy because it's here. And if we take a look at Bitcoin right here, I mean, we got over $6 billion in volume, which makes things super, super easy. And I wanna demonstrate something to you guys, all right? I wanna teach something to you guys. Let me know if this isn't useful. Just tell me in the live chat, skip this, or if you're enjoying it, if you find it useful, tell me continue this. You know, and based off that, I'll continue. But here's the Blowfin order book, and this is obviously Bitcoin, right? So for those of you who aren't super familiar with this, let me tell you what this means. This order book basically represents all of the prices people are trying to sell Bitcoin at, and how much Bitcoin they want to sell. So for example, right here, we're looking. Let's take a number up here at 66,870. We've got 0.325 BTCs that want to be sold at that particular price level, and in total going up there, we have a cumulative 5 Bitcoins that want to be sold up there. Which means, another way of saying this is if I just market buy, if I just smash an order for, let's say here, 6 Bitcoin, I'm going to buy up to 66,870. On the flip side, obviously down here, we've got 1.3 Bitcoins that want to be sold at 66.8. That's what this order book means. It's a live view of where limit orders have been placed, okay? These are called maker orders. You don't need to know it as in depth as I'm telling you. It's really not relevant. But what you need to know is that every order you see here is a limit order, okay? They put liquidity into the market, okay? When you put an order in here, you're putting liquidity in so that the market becomes tradable. Now let's imagine, just like this, there's a gap where see these red bars? These red bars represent how many Bitcoins are trying to be sold, okay? When the red bar is super filled up, there's a lot of Bitcoins trying to get sold. When there's a big gap here, that means you can buy, like, it doesn't take much volume to push the price up, okay? Really, really important. We're going to see this perhaps more profiled here. Like, this is the 1 Bitcoin view, right? Like, it only scales in 1 Bitcoin or higher, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know exactly what it is, but that sounds like it. And, you know, and you can see, like, we're getting steeper cliffs here, right? Like, here, if you've got 20 Bitcoins, you're going to buy up to here. But if you've only got 11, you're going to buy up to here. Now, this is really, really important because if you understand how the order book works, you're going to understand how prices move quickly. Now, remember what I was saying just now, where we've got these cliffs, right? If you've got this cliff, it basically represents low liquidity. Now, there's going to be a huge cliff in this entire range. You know, another way to visualize this, which you're going to be very familiar with, is this point of control VPVR tool, okay? This very clearly shows us the same thing. There's lots of orders coming in over here, so we're not really going to see a cliff here. It's just going to be one big block. But there's very few orders coming in at these valleys. And that's why between these big spikes on the market, right, one over here and one up here, you typically get quick moves down and quick moves up all the time. Down and up and down, right? All the time you see that happening. So those are your kind of low liquidity ranges where basically what it means is that there are no sell orders kind of stacked up in this particular range here, okay, between 68,000 and 72. You can actually look at this right now if you can zoom out far enough. You probably can't. But if you could, you'd probably see this very quickly. I'm sure there's a website that shows just that, so it should be quite easy to find. But it shows you kind of where you're going to start seeing a lot more sell orders coming in, and it's obviously going to be at the top. Now, up here, you're going to start getting some people that want to front run because, maybe Bitcoin doesn't go up to 72, maybe it stops at 70, so some people are going to be selling at 70. But for the most part, you're not actually going to see many Bitcoins trying to get sold in this range. So now, the second thing that I want you guys to understand, and so far nobody has told me to stop talking about this, so it sounds like you're finding it useful. If you are finding it useful, do me a favor and smash the likes. We're going to dial up the intensity here. The second thing you need to understand about how markets move, and by the way, once you've understood this, you are going to know everything. You're going to know everything there is to know about the actual mechanics of how markets move. Like, it's a little bit complicated. It's a little bit confusing, but once you've seen this segment that we're about to go through in this live stream, it's going to be so obvious to you how the market moves all the time. Is it going to help you in your trading? Probably not directly. However, is it going to give you a better understanding of the market, a deeper understanding of the market, which you're going to have forever? Would that help you with your trading? Probably. Almost certainly, yes. So really important stuff. Smash them up if you are enjoying this so far. We're going to give you the second piece of this right now, which is now that we've established that there's no kind of sell orders in this particular range here, evidenced by the point of control, by the VPVR in and of itself. Big spikes here represent volume coming in, big valleys here represent no volume. So, we've established that with the VPVR, we've established that with just looking at resistance. We know where resistance is, so there's probably sell orders up here. We can establish it with common sense, okay? We can establish it with common sense. Obviously, people are going to want to sell up here, not in the middle of the range where we always move up quickly, right? It's just, this price range is an area where if you can just hold your breath for 5 minutes, you're going to get a much better price after 5 minutes, right? So nobody's selling up here. And so what happens is we need to establish how does the market move, okay? People, if everybody did limit orders, guys, it's so interesting. Every time you smash up the likes, the views come in just like that instantly. It's so interesting. But here's the thing: is every time the market moves, it's only moving because people are using market orders, okay? Every time you put in an order and it shows up in the order book over here, okay, it fills up the order book, which basically shows you that, that there are people, who have Bitcoins that they're kind of bidding. They want to bid for Bitcoin down here, or they're asking for Bitcoin up here. You're asking for 66.9, so if it gets there, you're going to get paid that amount, or you're bidding 66.8, so if it gets there, you're going to pay that amount, or you're going to receive this one. Every time somebody does that, they're not moving the market. It's impossible for that to move the market because it's a static order, right? So we all understand that. That's very obvious. A static order can't move the market, okay? It just, basically, it blocks the market. That's what it does. It blocks the market from moving. What actually moves the market is whoever comes in right now and presses market and starts buying or starts selling, okay? Then what's going to happen is if you buy 36 Bitcoins right now, you're going to push the price up by $9 to $8.90, okay, to 66,890. If you buy 32 Bitcoins right now at market, you're going to push the market up. So now that we've established all of these things, right, that there are no sell orders in this range, and that sell orders are literally just this. It's everything that you're seeing here. We got, 2.5 Bitcoins that want to be sold at this precise, price level. Now that we've established that those are maker orders, they make liquidity, the taker orders, the things that take liquidity, the things that move the market, the only thing that moves the market are market orders. Okay, super clear. Before I continue, do we have any questions? Is there anybody that has a question? I don't care how stupid, small, big, confusing, difficult your question is. I want to answer your question right now before we move on. Please don't be shy. Let me know if we have any questions. I'm going to give you guys the final piece of this in just a second here. The real mechanics of what it's like to trade and to actually move the market. When you understand this, you become bulletproof in terms of knowing how the market behaves. It looks like we have no questions at all. So that is very cool. Next, what I want to describe to you guys is, so now we understand limit orders fill up here. They can't move the market. The market has to get to them. So limit orders don't move the market. Market orders are the only thing that move the market because they eat limit orders. They take liquidity. They are taker orders, okay? Very, very clear, very, very obvious. Now, here's the thing. We always have market orders going on. And right now, we clearly have more market buys than market sells. And market orders are the only thing that move the market. So it's like, we got two opposing forces here. This is the bullish side. This is the bearish side. The buys are working and pushing this thing ahead. It's pushing this thing forwards. So that is telling us that we have some more buy orders right now in the market, with the market orders. And if we take a look at where we're expecting those kind of, liquidity gaps to be, it's very clear here, ladies and gents, that, you're going to be expecting very few orders here. But if you've got the same amount of market orders, you're just going to eat through that really quickly. All right, when we say low liquidity zone, that's what we mean. We mean that Bitcoin can eat through this resistance very quickly, very easily, because there are no limit orders over here, and you always have market orders that will push the market higher. Okay, this is another way of saying that you've got like a really nice, cool limited edition car. You can price them anywhere you like, but they're only going to go up or down value based on when people buy. So it doesn't matter what the asking prices are. It only matters when those asking prices are met. Really, really important kind of, it's a different perspective. A lot of people honestly won't care, but hopefully you will. You kind of should, at least in my opinion, because the more you understand the mechanics of trading like this, the more you're just going to kind of know what you're doing. You're going to, you don't want to feel like you're kind of clueless or not really sure what's going on in these markets, because that's going to really hurt you. It's going to really handicap you. You're going to be at a disadvantage, okay? It just helps to know it better. And I think that's really, really important. Matt84 is saying, great stuff, mate. Thank you very much. I'm glad you're enjoying this. So I think that's important. I think that's a really, really big deal that we should kind of be paying attention to in this market right here. We got a couple questions for the long-short ratio. Let's go ahead and take a look at that on Binance, but I don't have it. Oh, here it is. No, that's Bybit. Here's Binance. Let's see the Binance long and short ratio. I've had a couple of requests for me to look at this, so there must be something interesting going on. Longs have dipped down to their lowest point in a while. Oh, this is on the one. Oh, this is on the 5 minute. Hang on, let's look at the daily. Daily picture was still 60% long. We've been long for a long time. We've been, majority long for a long time here. Since I went long, actually, it's been majority long, like for literally every single day, if I'm not mistaken. Retail is the same. Retail is also pretty long heavy right now. So, we'll see. I don't know. That usually, again, like I said, that does tend to get punished. It was like that kind of down here at the bottom here, and then, it fell through. So, I think, there's a lot of potential for this market, obviously, to move down, and I think that long and short ratio kind of confirms the same thing to me. Sean is asking, would I take any profits off the table today? I mean, look, I think this is a very natural place that a lot of people are going to be looking to take profits off. I am not going to tell you what to do, or even answer that question because I can't, but, I think a lot of people very reasonably would want to take profits here. I can't, and the reason that I can't do it is because I just think that, $100,000 Bitcoin's so fucking obvious now. Like, I mean, and I've already taken so much profit anyway. Like, I don't need to, and I won't. I'm gonna stay in. I'm very happy to stay in. How is the long-short ratio ever anything than 50-50? For every contract someone is long, someone is short. You made a good point. However, what we need to understand is that this is a display of the last 24 hours. So this means there are, in the last 24 hours, 58% of the accounts are long. Does that make sense according to what you said? Do you know what? Maybe I'm not good with the mechanics of that. I just don't think that you're asking the right question, though. Although maybe I'm not the right person to answer it either. Wish I could help more, but I don't think I can. I don't use moving average. Yes, sir, I do. I use the EMAs. I use the exponential moving averages. But yeah, not a whole lot right this very, very moment. Now it's 48% long on 5 minute. Yeah, but I'm not looking at 5 minute. I don't think that time frame is particularly useful. If you're not here for the long run, just take profit. Otherwise, hold. Exactly. And I have to be here for the long run now. I just sat through the whole bear market. It's been nearly 5 months in this fucking godforsaken range. So I'm not looking to sell here, man. I want to get paid for this, right? Like, I mean, I'll go through this shit. I'll tolerate it. I'll fucking sit here and be bored out of my mind. But I better get paid for it at the end. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm not getting paid at the end of it, then, none of it was worth it. So I'm going to wait, man. I'm going to hold. I'm not selling anytime soon. I'm not in a rush. I'm super happy to hold. Let's see what else we got here, ladies and gents. What are we saying in the live chat here? I've been studying that forever and I don't get it. Like I said, man, I just think it's the wrong question. I don't know why it's the wrong question. I'm just not, like, clued up on that particular super technical question. But I'm sure there's a super simple explanation for it. Who knows? Maybe you kind of asked a paradox. But I know that the numbers check out, right? Like, it does actually work. So that's why. Honestly, mate, there's so much, like, as a trader and an analyst that I actually don't understand. There's so much I don't understand, which I just kind of like, well, what can I do? I don't get it. Doesn't matter. Like, I can still make money. So, that's it. Shout out to Sand. I don't know if this is real, but he's saying, I just made 1.5 mil and I am out. Good stuff, man. Always great to get out on a high. For a lot of people, if they make big money, there's no point staying in. You may as well get out, even if you made 5 and 5 is more than enough for you. There's no point aiming for 25 if you're not actually that ambitious. And depending on kind of priorities in life, some of the best traders I know, some of the guys I've coached, they have done amazingly impressive things with their trading, where they've left after kind of making enough money to pay for universities, like for their grandchildren, or paying for a car for their wife. All sorts of brilliant stories like that. I've actually launched a phenomenal one-to-one offer for you guys, linked in the description right here. You can contact me using this link here and only this link. If you try and find me on Telegram, you're going to run into impersonators who will scam you. They've done it before and they're going to keep doing it. But if you want to contact me for this super exclusive offer, it is one-to-one. It is 12 weeks long. It's very expensive. It is a real investment in yourself. Reach out to me if you think that you have a lot to learn, and if the kind of standard loss that you experience is quite large. If it is, then this is going to suit you because, I can't give you guarantees, but it's worked out very, very well for others to kind of limit their losses and so on. So you can reach out and we can start chatting about that, see if it's for you. If you reach out following that link there. Let's see what other questions we have in the live chat, and I'm going to be moving on to the altcoin market a little bit as well. I feel like we've covered a lot of this quite well. I've told you my upward invalidation. My downward invalidation is, of course, this box. Anything lower than that, and I'm expecting 52, 48, 44, all that fun stuff. I want to give you guys a quick update on this Bybit chart that I have, where we've got this descending channel. Bitcoin has now broken out of it. This is the top of the channel. Congratulations, ladies and gents. We were watching it for quite some time, pretty much since this support hit. Not since the support hit that we were watching it, but this was the most recent support hit. We probably started watching it around here, but we successfully kind of saw support down here. I wasn't really watching it that much, but I know some of you were, so that is super, super cool. And we have now completed this range again. So there is support down here at 59, kind of 60k. This is that same 618 Fibonacci level that I was talking about earlier. Once again, rewind the stream if you're tuning in late. This is still great support if Bitcoin falls down here. Obviously, it would make sense with topping out at the top of the range. It's no surprise that this range also happens to line up with the existing 67k range, which we know is quite important resistance for Bitcoin. So if we do top out here, it's a very natural level that I'd be expecting Bitcoin to top out at, but I would be expecting support at a minimum of this $60,000 price level at the lowest. I don't think we're going down here again. I think that if we do lose 60k again, we're just going to fall out of this and it's going to get really ugly and really, really shit. But for now, we're back in the game. And so for now, there are going to be great opportunities for us. We're just about to potentially get that breakout. And these kind of patterns, they're very, very fun. In order to kind of measure how high this thing can go, we can kind of measure the move from when it started to kind of when it ended. and then use that to extrapolate a new target, which in this case here puts us just above $100,000 for Bitcoin's price. Smash it up, ladies and gents. Smash up those likes if you like the sound of that. And let me know in the live chat, 100K. Just type in 100K with a capital K if you're pumped up for it. That is super, super cool. And, you know, I'm just not a sensationalist guy, right? I'm not the kind of guy that's interested in hyping you guys up for the market, because why the fuck would I hype you up? I want you to make money. You ain't going to make money if you're hyped up for the market. But at the same time, you know, knowing me, like, I'm just not the person that does that, right? I'm not the person that hypes things up. But at the same time, this is something that's hyping me up. Because now I think that we really have overcome everything in our way to get up to that $100,000 price tag. I'm very, very ready for it. You're ready for it. We got a couple people in the live chat dropping 100K there, which is absolutely sick. You know, and so I just think that we're very well positioned for this thing to go much, much higher from here now. Bitcoin Mania is asking if you can share trading view ideas. Send it to me on Telegram, and if I can, no guarantee, but if I can, I will take a look for you. So send it over on Telegram. Let's see what other comments we have here. We don't normally have a summer run. What's the chances this time? I don't know, man. I'm not one for seasonal analysis. You know, I mean, I agree. You're right. We don't typically have summer runs, but like, you know, whatever. Like, I just don't think that it's like that, you know, useful to kind of look at or pay attention to. So I don't really care. I'm not really watching that. What are the chances? Pretty good, man. It's pretty good chances. I mean, it's election season. You know, but you know, there's going to be a presidential election in a couple of weeks, and you know, S&P 500 is looking very, very strong. It's just stopped trading here just very, very recently during this live stream. It's seen a nice big move down here for today's trading session. Big move down, actually, isn't it? Look at that. Especially compared to anything it's seen recently. It's down by 3% in just a matter of hours. However, Bitcoin is doing pretty well. So, you know, nothing to worry about there. If we take a look at this against the dollar, you know, I'm sorry, if we just look at the dollar, dollar's moved up a little bit, so that obviously explains the S&P drop. But again, like, you know, really not that much to say, to be honest. Not a whole lot left to talk about it. When will the CME gap fill? I don't know. Don't know when it is. And I don't have a crystal ball, so I can't answer questions like that. I've made 30K on BitX from 57 to 67. Originally had 67 as my target. Getting greedy. Sell. That was such a weird question, the way you worded it. Let me try and understand what you wrote. You're basically saying you made $30,000 profit from this price move. Should you sell it? Look, again, I will never give any of you financial advice because I don't want the legal trouble. I always urge everybody to have a healthy profit taking strategy. Okay, and most people don't even know what a healthy profit taking strategy is. So you got to start there. Traditional traders take profits very conservatively. All right, they take profits very, very well, and I don't see a reason to do it differently here in crypto. I take profits all the time. I haven't recently because I made a lot of money and I've already taken lots of profits. But, you know, those of you that have seen me trading in real time, those of you that have been watching me on this YouTube channel are going to know that my favorite thing to do is take profit. Because if I ain't taking profit, I ain't making any fucking money. All right? And I'm not here to not make money. Literally, the only button, there's only one button that makes me money in this trading game. There's only one button. It is the take profit button. Okay? I don't know why people don't think of it this way. There's only one button I care about in this market, ladies and gents. Let me make this very, very clear. One button. And it is the take profit button. Okay? If I ain't pressing the take profit button, I ain't making money. Alright? And if I'm not making money, I'm wasting my fucking time. Alright? Trading is not easy. Trading is very, very stressful. Trading can be very, very difficult. Trading requires insane levels of patience. Trading really stretches your abilities. And if you're doing all of that without pressing that fucking take profit button, I don't know what's wrong with you. You're just doing it wrong. That's the way I see it. What should you do? I don't know, man. You got a unique situation, don't you? So do that, do with that what you will. But that's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about the take profit question. It doesn't matter. I'm taking profits. All right. I want to get paid. You might not want to get paid. They might not want to get paid. Not my business. I'm getting paid. All right, let's move over to Ethereum. And if we take a look at Ethereum here, we've got resistance up ahead at 3,600. We haven't quite hit it yet. It's not the same as Bitcoin's resistance, is it really? I mean, we didn't tag it as much. Although it is quite severe macro resistance here, so it is still going to be an important level to flip. If Ethereum can flip it, it's probably setting all-time highs. So again, very, very similar picture to Bitcoin. There's nothing really to say about it, to be honest. I'm only covering it because a viewer asked for it. But I think on kind of overall, there's just not much to say. Matic is looking pretty sweet. Matic is definitely looking pretty sweet. Potentially just punched in a low over here. Maybe getting ready to rally up, so I'll be watching that. Obviously, Solana is doing amazing, having already made it back up to... Pardon me, guys. Having already made it back up to 170. Good stuff. There's no harm in taking profits off the table. Hey, man, a wise man once said, taking profits never made a man poor. That wise man is me. But I heard the quote from somebody else. If we have any questions, ladies and gents, I'm going to be taking them now. Otherwise, I'm going to be heading off. We've been live for about an hour now, which is good. It's been a good hour. For some reason, ladies and gents, YouTube's just not pushing these streams out. I don't know why. It's a big letdown. I'll still do them a little bit, but I gotta see some benefit for doing these streams. You guys know, you guys get it. But I'll do normal videos. It's no stress. Someone's just mentioned that Phantom is pumping. No, it's not. Not really. Nothing really I can say about this chart, is there? Bit of resistance right now. Nothing surprising. I'm probably going to be heading off now. So, do I think the previous cycle was influenced by COVID, and this cycle will be many times higher? I mean, yeah, the previous cycle was definitely influenced by COVID in more ways than one. First of all, the beginning of the cycle, the bottom, was set because of COVID. Second of all, we had the stimulus checks and all that. There was a lot of inflation and all, everything. So, yeah, I mean, there was a lot. Do I think this one will be higher? Probably. I do think so. I think the previous one kind of ended a little bit too early. In fact, I don't, there's a good argument to suggest that the previous one didn't even end. Is shorting AR a good idea right now? I don't know, dude. Why are you asking me for financial advice? I don't know. I can't say that. Chart MicroStrategy. Someone wants me to look at MicroStrategy. That's a pretty good chart. That's a pretty good chart. I mean, it's just got to break that high, and it's at all-time highs, isn't it? Is it? Oh, no, it's not. Huh. Wow. Fucking Sailor's been waiting 24... No wonder Sailor's so bullish on Bitcoin. He's been waiting 24 years for this. Here's MicroStrategy. Can we see Microsoft? Obviously, Microsoft have had that situation today. We should call it. Bear with. Sorry about that. I have the sniffles. I have the sniffles right now. Been a little bit stuffy. I should talk like Crypto so these algorithms push my videos. What am I doing wrong? I don't know. I think his videos are a little bit too ADHD for me. Thing is, I'm happy to just keep doing what I'm doing, right? I like my style. I don't even, honestly, I don't even want to do YouTube that much, So, I just do it whenever I want. I stopped doing YouTube super regularly a long time ago, and that's just something I've enjoyed. So, ever since I kind of stopped doing it, full ballistic, I started doing it, only when I want and only how I want, completely unapologetically. I actually think it got much better. I think since I started doing this channel got a lot better. I think a lot of you guys... I've noticed that the support has been stronger. The appreciation has been stronger and so on. Things have been better from your guys' side as well. And I just like it, and that's just kind of how I do it. But obviously, because of that, I am more reliant on you guys because I'm not making like such weird, ridiculous things that like other YouTubers do to get their videos out. So I do just kind of, and the other thing is like for a lot of these other YouTubers, no, not necessarily MM in particular, but for a lot of them, out there, like they are so successful because they just tell you what you want to hear, right? Like you get an XRP dedicated channel, and these are. I saw someone wearing an XRP T-shirt the other day. It was like I hodl XRP so nothing scares me, and I was like, yeah, that dude looked like a fucking loser. So I was like, yeah, that definitely suits you. But I was like, uh, they will like you look at XRP channels and they'll just tell them everything they want to hear. It's like just the most comforting thing to listen to ever, and it's obviously completely a load of bullshit, a complete load of nonsense, but those people are gonna really love it and believe it, and it works out for the channel, right? And a lot of the other channels do the same thing, even if they're not XRP specialists. They're just gonna like everything's always bullish, everything's always going up, whatsoever, stuff like that. Like, and it's just not realistic, but it just gets. And again, it's like, well, I could do that, but I like respecting myself. So, no, I won't. That's basically it. Sean Donnelly, your live streams are the best, man. Thank you very much. You're very, very welcome. All my respect and support to you. Thank you. I really like what you do as well. Thank you very much. Love the live stream, Sammy. Thanks. Hope you're feeling better soon. I'll be fine. I'll be alright in a minute. Yeah, we appreciate your honest assessments, for sure. What advice can I give for the RSI divergence on the 4-hour? I don't give advice. I can't help you there. Although, let's see what the RSI is saying. So on the daily, it hasn't reached overbought territory yet. On the 4-hour, it has just reached overbought territory, but there is no divergence anyway. Where's the divergence? Oh, there is. Yeah, no, sorry. There's a very big divergence. Yeah, but again, they're early. They're very, very early warning signs. So I'm just not like, sorry, I'm just not really like looking at it that much. Got the hiccups a little bit. I'm not really looking at it that much. I don't think it's that important. These bearish divergences, they show up really early on, really, really early. These divergences show up, and if you were to trade based off them, you'd kind of be in a bit of trouble. Yeah, it kind of started like here, but getting sleepy. What's going on? It's so early. Anyway, ladies and gents, thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to be heading off for this live stream. I really hope that you have enjoyed this one. Once again, check out the huge bonuses available to you all with the links in the description below, including Blowfin with their no KYC access, thousands and thousands of dollars in bonuses. Always be mindful of your country's local regulations. Don't break your laws. But super, super cool exchange if you are allowed to use it, and thousands in bonuses as well. Big, big stuff here going on with Blowfin. Shout out to those of you that have already taken advantage of the offers. A lot of you have already been paid your bonuses, and you're going to be receiving prizes like the Apple Watch and so on, depending on your kind of trading volume and those interesting little bits, which you've already seen. So that's super, super cool. Thank you all for all the love. I appreciate the support in this live stream. Hopefully we'll do more of them. Definitely going to be seeing more videos. We'll do some live streams as well. Just got to sort the issue out with YouTube. I don't know how we're going to sort it, but we'll figure it out. We always figure it out in the end. With that, ladies and gents, I'm going to be closing this one off. You know what to do, and I'll see you all in the next one. Cheers.